Night scenes aren't just darker versions of daytime illustrations. They follow their own rules. The light becomes the focus. Colors shift toward blues, greens, purples, and soft oranges. Contrast gets stronger, and objects lose detail the further away they are from any light source. The main question to ask is, where is the light source coming from and what does it touch? Light source can be natural, artificial, or even magical. So, before you start your painting, decide where you want the light to come from. Fog spreads and softens any lights or shadows. It makes lights glow and blurry. Rain, on the other hand, scatters light through water particles. Wet surfaces reflect everything, creating a cinematic look. Bokeh appears when small lights are out of focus. If the viewer isn't looking directly at the light, it turns into a soft, glowing circle. This effect is obtained in photography when the lens tries to focus on a single subject. In the presence of artificial lights or city lights, light pollution occurs. Light pollution makes it difficult to see details in the sky, as the light from the cities is too intense. In the complete absence of artificial light, stars, galaxies, and the sky glow are fully visible. As light pollution builds up, the sky slowly loses detail, the Milky Way fades, and smaller stars disappear. When light pollution is at its peak, only a few strong stars can be seen. Light pollution also affects the horizon, making it appear warm and bright due to the concentration of light on ground level. Did you know some plants and creatures are lit by nature? Some fungi, plants, and even certain algae emit faint natural glows at night. Animals like jellyfish and fireflies are also known to glow at night. Mythically, spirits, ghosts, and fairies all emit light from their body or dust surrounding them. You may be wondering what to do with all this knowledge. Well, if you're trying to draw a night scene, it would be helpful to know what you can add to make it interesting. Night scenes mostly rely on light sources, so planning ahead of time and knowing what light you can add can save up a lot of effort and time spent thinking. Take these pieces, for example. I knew about the glowing plants, so I made them the focal point when planning my piece. Using reference also helps tremendously. You can't paint something if you don't know what it looks like. You can also make objects glow, along with magical creatures. Runes or magical portals also glow. Runes are special stones with old or antique writings on them. In daylight, those writings look like carvings. At night, however, those writings glow faintly. This is a basic sketch for the scene I have in mind. You can sketch your own scene, and it doesn't have to be perfect. I purposely kept the sketch loose, as the style I am aiming for does not require line work. It's probably obvious I had lost my anatomical knowledge and need to go back to studying it, but that's okay. I'm not aiming for perfection, and neither should you. For this piece, my idea was simple: a girl holding a firework and looking at the camera with a smile. I wanted to add 3 main light elements: the firework, the moon, and the stars or galaxy above. When working on any piece, try to make these 3 elements clear: the background, the middle ground, and the foreground. When you identify these elements, follow this rule of thumb. The further away the object is, the less saturated and softer edges it has. I always start my night pieces with a gradient. It sets the mood and makes choosing cohesive colors easier. For closer objects and the main subject, I choose dark saturated blue color. This color may change later on, but for now it makes it clear that this is the focal point. For further away objects, like the city below, I chose a desaturated blue color or even a grayish one. This helps separate it from the foreground and makes it appear far away. For glowing objects like the moon, I went with a brighter color, as I know these will emit light, so they should naturally be bright. Now I start adding details. I used a brush to place the city below, then adjusted it to fit the perspective I was going for. I had to redraw some details, as I did not like how they looked. I then added the moon and the galaxy with the brushes I mentioned in my written tutorial. I blended the galaxy's edges and reapplied it with the brush to make it blend with the sky better. I always use Glow Dodge as a glowing layer mode, as I feel the colors look more vibrant and realistic with it. Now for the last steps, I painted the character in realistic colors. Then I used a blue gradient on multiply mode on top of it with low opacity, so that colors blend better with the background. Now onto the light source, I drew the firework and added sparks around it, then made sure some light reflected on the character. I have more time lapses on my written tutorial, and it's also more detailed. Link in the description if you want to know more. Thank you so much for watching this far. My videos may not be great, but I greatly appreciate you for being here.